Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto. Hope you're having a great day. So we've got a few things to talk about as usual. Decentraland in the movies. I wonder if that's going to help move their price up a bit. Possible, but I'm really interested in the movie that it's in. I kind of want to see what it's going to do, but we'll get back to that. Terra confirms, that the airdrop that they did not go as planned, and a lot of people didn't get what they were supposed to get. So yet another solution is in the works. We'll touch on that. Goldman Sachs and FTX are actually in talks to add leveraged derivatives trading to the FTX platform. I really want to dig into that one. It's now June. Morgan Stanley comes out saying, "Hey, look, listen. Last year was a record year, $30 billion invested in the crypto industry, and this year it could be half that." Is that really insight, guys? I like Morgan Stanley. They used to be a client of ours back in the day. But yeah, it's not going to take a rocket scientist to realize that, hey, the first half of this year, sucks. And there aren't going to be, as many investments as the, record breaking investment, of $30 billion across the industry last year. Kind of makes sense. Nothing crazy there. I also want to touch on why I keep saying do your own research and don't get stuck in echo chambers, and we'll touch on the OneCoin fiasco when it comes to that. So anyway, let's go back to Decentraland. Decentraland is the biggest, baddest crypto metaverse on the planet right now, right? Ridley Scott has decided to add that to his movie, The Infinite Machine. I'm hoping that kind of thrusts or helps to thrust Decentraland into the mainstream, because if it does, then what happens is you get more people involved, right? My oldest daughter's boyfriend works at a VR place, and it's actually a pretty cool spot, right? It's a really cool hangout spot. Kids like it and all that good stuff. He went to college for VR, and not just manning the pipeline. He actually went to school to like design and do this kind of stuff, UI UX type stuff as well. So the more that you can get Decentraland and Sandbox and Pavia and other metaverse plays into mainstream thinking, the more that you're going to have involvement. So there's something very interesting in that. I'm also interested to see how the Infinite Machine fares against Ready Player One, which is also kind of a metaverse play. It was a metaverse kind of movie before the term, not necessarily before the term was coined, but before people became knowing of the coin. I mean, of the coining of the word. So it's kind of cool. So I want to see how that actually plays out. Terra just can't get out of its own way. So they fumble on the airdrop. They've got to come back and figure out how to fix that. Then on top of that, it has been reported that Do Kwon actually was charged with tax evasion in South Korea. Sorry. What was it? A year ago, 2 years ago, something like that. And now people are saying he's been caught moving about $4.8 million through a shell company called Kernel Labs. So, yeah, do I have any confidence in this crew? Zero would be the word. Zero confidence. Are they going to recover? I have zero confidence in anybody currently involved in Luna to be able to bring Luna back to its former glory, whether it's 2.0, 20.0, I don't care. I just have zero confidence. Where like I said yesterday, where I thought they were going to, make all the right moves, and continue going onward and upward, they clearly did not. Clearly did not. So a lot of people, have great ideas and they follow through on those ideas, but then they hit hard times and they don't know how to react, to those hard times. And, it's called grace under pressure. And this team just doesn't have it. They just don't have it. So they cracked and they crumbled, and now they've this crumbling has led to other algorithmic stablecoins being looked at, especially Tether. So I don't know, how that works out. Tether crashed, burned, and rose again. But that's through, call it what you will, but that's hard work. That's seriously hard work. For for Tether to do what they did, in 2018, just everything just gone, poof, just not a good look. And now they're the biggest in the world. That doesn't happen by, effing around. That happens by putting the work in. So no matter how I might feel about that crew or whatever, or however anybody feels about that crew or whatever, they rebuilt from ashes. They rebuilt from literally nothing. So that's two times. They were a success back then, and then they crashed. They're a success now. That doesn't mean that they won't crash again, but it means that they've proven that they can come back from it. Just saying. Gotta tip the hat, when you're supposed to. Now, Goldman Sachs and FTX partnering up to bring leveraged derivatives trading to the FTX platform. Let's key in on that word, leveraged. That word has hurt many a person, right? Because you become over leveraged and then you tank. So it's something to wonder about. It also, for me, it's something to wonder about with regard to the further centralization, right? Now, how many more of these exchanges are going to go into deeper kinds of, bank-like services? And that's great. Some of those I think are good ideas, but I also can't say that I'm not wondering about how, the world is looking at crypto as a tool to go from centralized to decentralized. So I pay attention to that. I really do pay attention to that. Morgan Stanley, like I said, we've got almost 6 months in. We're 5 months into the year, right? It's June 1st, 5 months into the year. And, it's been horrible from all-time highs last year for all these coins. Minimum, most of these coins on average losing 3/4 of their all-time high. That's where we are right now. So Morgan Stanley coming in 5 months into, 5 months into the new year saying, oh yeah, well, because at 5 months it's no longer a new year, but still 5 months into 2022, like, hey, yeah, I don't think investments in crypto is going to be as much as it was last year. Kind of makes sense. Last year was a $30 billion record-breaking year. I would expect that there would be a drop. If it's going to be half, I don't know. But even at 15 billion, you're still talking about a lot of money that's going to be invested. So I don't know if that's, really, groundbreaking news that they brought forward. But I appreciate them bringing it forward. I think Morgan Stanley is a strong organization. Like I said, they were a client of ours a long time ago. So I look at that and I kind of go, all right. It's kind of telling me the obvious, right? I mean, unless some miracles happen toward the end of the year and money just floods in again, possible, right? But I want to speak with you about doing your own research. I always say, do your own research, do your own research, do your own research. Tell my kids that. I teach them how. But something that I teach my kids very specifically is don't keep listening or reading from the same sources all the time. You create an echo chamber and you keep feeding yourself the same crap, right? You want differing opinions from, sources that have proven themselves to be good, proven themselves to be smart. You don't want to go continuing to go to the same group of sources. You want differing opinions about a given topic, right? I don't like this person's opinion, but they've been right a few times. I don't like that person's opinion, but they've been right a few times. And on this particular topic, they're at odds. Why? What are those points? So take OneCoin. OneCoin was started by, and I have to look at it because I don't know how to pronounce her name, Ruja Ignatova, Dr. Ruja Ignatova, who has gone missing. Okay, gone missing for years now. I sit here and I look at this and I go, this woman had a PhD, very well educated, used to be at McKinsey Group, big time consultancy. So she had some cred. But then around that real cred, they started building fake cred, right? Pictures of her in Forbes, on the cover of Forbes, when it was really an advertorial in Forbes and an obscure Bulgarian version of Forbes. So they started building this whole thing around her as she started building out OneCoin. $15 billion loss later, and she's still nowhere to be found. Her brother's still indicted, or I have to do some research on where he is, but I think he was indicted. Actually, I know he was indicted. I don't know if he's in jail or something like that, but big deal, right? I tell you to do your own research because that was basically the best version of a class that I would give on grifters. They created a multi-level marketing scheme, really didn't deliver anything. And what they did deliver in these quote unquote educational packages was found to be plagiarized from other sources on the internet. Not rewritten, not learned and put into your own words and thought out. Nope, plagiarized. Awesome, 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 awesome. This is why I say do your own research. Don't allow yourself to get caught in an echo chamber, and be wary of fake news. Be very wary of fake news. Things that seem a little too much on one side. Tell you a grim story or drop little pearls. Where are those sources coming from? I read articles all the time and it says, I'll read an article from this paper and they say originally posted in this paper. I see a lot of references to, reputable places, and they tell their audiences, hey, I got it from this guy, I got it from this guy, I got it from this guy. And you watch the trail back to the story. Was this an obscure story that started with some person in a closet or a basement or something like that? Or was it through real reporting? This is what I mean by do your own research. So if you like Fox News, turn on CNBC. If you like CNBC, turn on Fox News. Or MSNBC rather, turn on Fox News. The reason why is because you're going to get the differing opinions. And you'll start to be able to discern between, what's BS and what's real. You'll start to be able to see how people, follow each other like lemmings. And grow their quote unquote community of lemmings. This is the difference between products that have real communities, active communities doing something, and products that have active communities that are made up of lemmings, people that are just following and talking, not doing. If all they bring to the table is more money, more money, more money, wait a minute. But you're not doing any of the work? You're not involved in any of the work? Who are you giving your money to? Are they doing any work? Because OneCoin didn't bring tech to the table. They brought quote unquote educational packages that were found to be plagiarized. So what did they really bring? Really OneCoin they were talking all this nonsense about how OneCoin is so much better than Bitcoin. Never proving why, never proving how. So do your own research, be smart. Don't get caught in echo chambers. Don't listen to one side just because that's what you like to hear. There are a lot of Bitcoin bros that I bear listening to because every now and then you can find a pearl. You just have to sift through all the Bitcoin bro, stuff. But it doesn't mean they're stupid. It just means that, they're stuck on a coin. And I hear this from, when I say Bitcoin bros, I mean any coin. You just have people that thoroughly believe in a coin. Just be wary. Do your own research. Figure it out. Does this project make sense to you? Is its claim to fame that, it's the Doge killer? What? Really? No. Do a deeper dive. What are they really about? Are they really putting the work in? Yeah. Some of these projects really are putting the work in. Not their fault that they got stupid nicknames. So do your own research and figure that out. Get into it. Dig in. This is what I teach my kids. Dig in. Follow the trails. This is how you do research. Don't just listen to that cursory story or read that cursory story. If it references something, follow the reference. Dig in a little bit. Do more than a cursory review. That will help you diminish your risk. It's not going to get rid of your risk all the way, but it will help you diminish the risk. Speaking about risk, let's get to the numbers. Because today could be another good day. right? So, there you go. And here we are at 17. Okay. All right. Yesterday was 16. Today it's 17. Still in extreme fear, but some positivity is happening. Why is that? Well, it's because right there, Bitcoin went up over $32,000 yesterday. Did it sustain? No, it did not. But it did bump up to another level. And I'll show you that in a minute. But I wanted to touch on total value locked, up from 111 billion yesterday to 112 billion today. That's interesting. Like I said, it's maintaining in a certain space. So I'm kind of happy about that. Looking at Bitcoin, like I said, we were bouncing around, my blue path right here, right? Just moving, sideways, it's all good. And then all of a sudden we bump up. Here we are, above 32,000, right? Then again, yesterday, above 32,000, dipping back below my other high of my inner band, and then dipping again, and here we are dipping again. So it's trying to maintain a new level. Call it a stair step, if you will, and we'll see how that goes. We will absolutely see how that goes. So I don't know, but I'm confident in the crypto industry. There are a lot of people I've been able to meet in this industry that are really knowledgeable and are willing to share that knowledge, and not just from a cursory view, but I mean people that are hands-on with this stuff like my team is. Comparing notes, strategies, those kinds of things. And really looking toward the future. How they can grow their businesses. They understand how that works. And not just, power to the people. Nah, yeah, that's cute. But how are you going to grow the business? Right? How are you going to really do things? So I like that. I like to see where Bitcoin is going. That's cool. We can see another dip. We can see another big dip like the one over here. That's okay. That's a part of business. That's a part of business. It's part of the journey. You'll see a dip and you'll see pops. I think we're going to see more pops, more dips. We're just hoping for, not such huge dips and better pops, right? Going forward. And we'll see. We'll see how that works out. Looking at the big picture, here's the big picture. So yeah, Ethereum's back below 2,000. Bitcoin is still at 31.5. It hit 31.5 and it's kind of, trying to maintain at least around 31.4, 31.5. That's not bad. That's a good thing. That's a very good thing. So I like that. If you want to look at it on a list, here are the coins that are on our favorites list. This is what I'm paying attention to. Right? And as you get further down on my list, you can see that I do have some long shots, but that's okay. There are things that I believe in and things that I don't believe in. That's actually key in. It's not my full. There you go. Let's do that. So let's go to the bottom of my list. And you can see, here are my long shots. This is a long shot from crazy long shot. Just saying. This is a crazy long shot for me already in my portfolio. This one's already in my portfolio. UFO, like I said, UFO, Saitama, BMPL, I have not gotten into, but I am watching. Terra, I'm not holding that. I'm just trying to keep track of it. But these are coins that I'm actually interested in and seeing what they do. Okay. Got into a conversation with one of my friends yesterday, my friend Anad, talking about Swift Network going with the ISO 222 standard and 5 coins. I mentioned this on April 12th. So if you want to go back to that, go back to April 12th and watch that video about ISO 222. That's where the Swift Network is actually saying, hey, we're going to adopt this standard. It's a security standard. And there are 5 coins that have also adopted that security standard. As a matter of fact, 3 of them are on the board. So something to pay attention to. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto. Hope you have a great day. Do me a favor. If you like what I'm doing, hit the like button. Definitely subscribe to the channel. Lets me know what I'm doing is good. And absolutely hit the notification bell so you know when I'm coming out with a new video. Hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.